Tonight, we report on a big bet on the Super Bowl and how iFIBER's Margie Wick is preparing for the Seahawks' second time at the Super Bowl. What's going on in sports, Bob?
In sports, Big Bend basketball dropped games to Spokane last night. Stay tuned to find out what happened. What's Mother Nature have in store for the Columbia Basin tonight?
And from the weather department, we're taking a look at what could be a pretty nice weekend. Just a little bit on the chilly side, though, but I think most of the precipitation is over with.
All of this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
There is more on the line than the NFL championship during the Super Bowl. There is potatoes. The Washington State Potato Commission and the Colorado Potato Administrative Committee are wagering on the outcome of Sunday's game between the Seattle Seahawks and the Denver Broncos. For every point the Seahawks score, the Colorado organization promised to donate 500 pounds of potatoes to a Seattle food bank. And for every point the Broncos score, the Washington Commission will donate 500 pounds of potatoes to a Denver food bank. In addition, the executive director from the losing team's state will make a trip to the winning team's city and wear a potato costume and the winning team's jersey to promote the winning state's potatoes. Moses Lake will pay $178,000 for its summer concert series and marketing. The City Council approved an agreement with Spokane-based Burke Marketing to pay about $79,000 for the summer concert series and roughly $99,000 for marketing the concert series, the Surf and Slide Water Park, and the Moses Lake Museum and Art Center. The company is responsible for producing and marketing 2 concerts in August, the Five Sons Bluegrass Festival in July, and the 4th of July picnic, concert, and fireworks. The money for the events comes from a 2% tax on hotel and motel rooms that can only be spent on advertising related to tourism. While talking to a police officer, a bag of methamphetamine fell out of a 16-year-old boy's pocket. On late Wednesday night, a Moses Lake police officer was dispatched to the 4000 block of Longview Street to talk to a teenager about a disturbance. He reportedly told police he had gone to another residence to try to retrieve a friend's watch. As he talked to the officer, 3 things allegedly fell from his pocket: 2 cigarettes and a plastic bag containing white powder. The officer field tested the white powder, which reportedly tested positive for methamphetamine, according to police records. The 16-year-old boy was arrested for possession of methamphetamine and booked into Grant County Juvenile Detention. Moses Lake continues planning on allowing marijuana retailers despite a state attorney general's opinion. City Manager Joe Gavinci and City Attorney Catherine Kennison told the City Council the recent opinion from the Washington State Attorney General's office doesn't change the risk the city faces if it bans marijuana retailers from the city. The statements followed a January 16th Attorney General opinion stating Initiative 502 doesn't stop city and county governments from banning marijuana-related businesses from certain areas. The opinion also states city and county governments can add additional requirements for marijuana-related businesses. Kennison said the Attorney General's opinion might be used to sway a judge, but it wouldn't prevent a lawsuit.
Each of the people you see here has warrants for their arrest and is wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the Department of Corrections asks that you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m.
We will be back after this.
DQ $5 lunch. I'm really into it. One thing I can't decide. Is it chicken strips, fries, and a drink with a free sundae, or do you get a sundae with free chicken strips, fries, and a drink? Trick question. Both answers are correct.
Exactly, Sam. It's Fananomics. Entree, fries, drink, plus a sundae. The $5 lunch, only at your DQ. This is fan food, not fast food.
Hey, how do you TDM?
Fish taco.
Chicken burrito. No. Chicken taco.
I want fire on my burrito. I want jalapenos. I want habanero sauce. I want it hot, hot, hot.
Rice, beans, lettuce, tomato, and that is it.
I like nachos. I like nachos.
2 pork tacos with creamy chipotle sauce, and make it a combo.
Love fish tacos.
Gotta be fresh, gotta be fast, gotta be to go, gotta get out of here.
Stop by today and TDM with our new creamy chipotle sauce.
And hi there, everybody. Meteorologist Don Morelli with you here on iFIBER Channel 1 News. Your weather forecast brought to you by Bud Cleary Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. I hope you enjoyed your Thursday. Overnight tonight, a little precipitation tending to decrease and just fall apart. So no big deal, all right? And as we take a look at our Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're looking forward to the weekend. Headlines calls for a great-looking weekend, just a little bit on the chilly side. So again, overnight tonight, a few spotty sprinkles or snow flurries ending. Below normal temperatures. Now that's going to be the big thing. It's going to be pretty chilly the next 5 days at least, and it's going to be dry too for the most part, with no storms on the horizon coming our way for about 6 days at least. So in the past 24 hours, 34 and 16 were the extremes, a little chill in the air to start our Thursday morning. A few snow flurries overnight last night. Didn't amount to much, and had mostly cloudy skies until about the noon to 2 o'clock hour when a little bit more sun started coming out. 36 and 20, the extremes, but again, throughout the area, pretty much a mostly cloudy day. And again, overnight last night, 0.03 of an inch of some light precipitation. Still some precipitation out there, not here in Afraid at the present time. 32 degrees with mostly cloudy skies, a light northeast breeze, light moderate, 9 miles an hour, and that does make it feel a little cooler. So as we take a look at the situation, again, the storm system that gave us a messy situation the past couple of days, we have drier air coming on in from the north. You can still see some lingering snow showers, especially over the mountains, and not be surprised, a few flurries, even a mix of shower to our south especially. But you can see as we go through the overnight hours, things tend to kind of dry out and fizzle on out. So Friday, we're looking for a pretty nice day. A little chilly, and as we go into Saturday, Sunday, a little cloud cover possible, especially in the morning hours, but generally we're looking for just a cool, kind of cold winter, midwinter days, if you will. Our state forecast, partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies west of the Cascades, mid-40s, the inland northwest. Look at how chilly, upper 20s, lower 30s, and let's slide into the Columbia Basin and see what old man winter has for us with the temperatures. Normally, again, 38, 39 should be the high, so good, 5 to 10 degrees below normal. And again, pretty chilly, but I think we can handle that. I don't think it's going to be all that bad, really. Again, a nice weekend, chilly than normal afternoons, and pretty chilly mornings with teens, if not single digits. If anything, getting colder as we slide into the midweek time frame next week. But you can see it's pretty dry throughout the area. And again, don't be surprised overnight tonight. There might be a slick spot or two, but everything is tending to die on out. So enjoy the next couple of days, just a little bit on the chilly side. Keep it here. Sports is coming up next.
It's a fact. Toyota offers 10 different vehicles with available 4- or all-wheel drive. So when roads are a challenge, we have your answer with great limited time savings, including the best-selling RAV4. Right now with APR financing as low as 0%. Or go for the larger Highlander with $1,000 cash back. Or the same 0% APR. Both ready to take you down winter's toughest roads. Discover Toyota's 4- and all-wheel drives for yourself. Visit any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local communities since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of these many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
Welcome back. I'm Bob Kirkpatrick with today's sports. Big Bend basketball dropped road games to Spokane last night. It was a third loss in a row for the Lady Vikings, who fell to 3-4 in the NWAC East Region standings after dropping their contest 69-57 to the Lady Sasquatch. Big Bend trailed 34-28 at the break and was outscored 35-29 in the second half. Jessica Sorensen led the offensive attack for the Lady Vikings with 16 points. Riley Jamette knocked down 14 in the loss. The running Vikes came oh so close to pulling out a win, but came up 3 points short in a 79-77 loss to Spokane. It was a nip-and-tuck battle for the entire 40 minutes, with the Sasquatch up 38-37 at intermission. Spokane edged Big Bend 41-40 in the second half of action. Brendan Westendorf was high scorer for the running Vikes with 23 points. Sean McDonald had a double-double of 19 points and 13 rebounds, and Kevin Walker finished with 13 points in the loss. The running Vikes dropped to 4-3 in conference play, but are just 2 games back of Columbia Basin and Treasure Valley, who are tied for first. Big Bend is on the hardwood Saturday when the teams hit the road to match up with Yakima Valley. The Soap Lake Eagles are #1 in boys basketball. The 1B state rankings were released yesterday, and the Eagles were voted the top team for the first time in school history. Soap Lake is 8-0 in Central Washington 1B South Conference play and 15-1 overall. The Eagles hit the road Friday for a non-league game with North Conference powerhouse Pateras. It was turnover Thursday at Super Bowl practice today for the Seahawks. The team focused on creating them on defense and not making them on offense, an approach that has worked well for Seattle this season. The stingy Seattle defense led the NFL with 39 takeaways, a fact Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos are well aware of. Russell Wilson prefers to call the 90-minute session no turnover Thursday for the offense, which does not want to give the Broncos any extra opportunities with fumbles or interceptions. Turnover Thursday followed competition Wednesday, a game-like practice session in which the Seahawks run a live scrimmage that includes a play clock. Jason Callisti came off the bench and scored 20 points to help Oregon blow past Washington State 71-44 last night, ending the Ducks' 5-game skid. Q Johnson had 9 points for the Cougars in the lopsided loss. Sam Dower Jr. made a game-winning three-pointer with 1.9 seconds left, and Gonzaga avoided its first loss at Santa Clara since 2011 with a 54-52 win Wednesday. Gary Bell Jr. led the way for the Bulldogs with 15 points. Well, be sure and tune in tomorrow night for iFIBER 1 Sports coverage of Ephrata basketball as the Tigers host the Ellensburg Bulldogs. The action gets started at 6. Lee Theater in Ephrata is putting on a Super Bowl party Sunday afternoon, so be sure to invite family and friends to turn out and cheer on the Seahawks. Well, that's it for sports. We'll be right back after this.
Bud Clary Ford Honda is proud to be an automotive leader in our area. Since opening our doors over 54 years ago, we have kept a firm commitment to our customers. We offer a wide selection of vehicles and hope to make the car buying experience as quick and hassle-free as possible. You can trust that we will get you into the car or truck of your dreams. Bud Cleary has an experienced and reliable service and parts department that is open extra hours to help fit our customers' hectic schedules. Come for a test drive today at 1200 South Pioneer Way. We are a proud supporter of Columbia Basin Athletics.
What's important at Eagle Home Mortgage is taking care of our clients, being honest, and doing loans full of integrity.
We understand that every borrower's situation is unique. We offer a variety of products to help meet individual requirements.
What sets us apart is that we get things done, and we get things done at a fast pace. It doesn't take days and days. Se habla español.
Our spotlight story tonight is about how Ephrata Seahawks superfan Margie Wick is preparing for the Super Bowl. Here's Jeff Chu with the story.
It's a special season for Grant County's Seattle Seahawks superfan Margie Wick. The Seahawks are headed to the Super Bowl against the Denver Broncos this Sunday after recently winning the National Football Conference Championship against the San Francisco 49ers. Margie and her husband Phil witnessed that game and every Seahawks game over the past 13 seasons. You can find Margie's glowing Seahawks green and blue hairdo and her wall of memorabilia behind the customer counter at Ephrata's post office. She has worked more than 10 years in the Ephrata post office, with previous stints in Soap Lake and Moses Lake. Margie is known in Seahawks fandom as Sprinkler, a rainbird she wears on her head. It is a reference to a Miami Dolphins game in which the field sprinkler system went off during a Seahawks drive. Margie said she will be a Seahawks superfan for the rest of her life.
I've been a diehard since the first day. I was actually a Raiders fan before we had a team, so I've been watching football since I was about 5. And when we got the Seahawks, I've just been diehard. Once my kids got old enough to where they could be on their own, then I finally got season tickets. It's a vacation for me. I don't go anywhere else. We do football all year, really.
Margie has Seahawks season tickets with her husband Phil, and together they have fun getting into colorful character for the games. That includes face paint they and other Seahawks fans put on each other during the pregame tailgate parties. She says it's like going home to family each season because Margie shares such a close bond with Seattle fans. The Seahawks will see their second Super Bowl game in the team's history. Margie said she had a strong feeling at the beginning of the season that the team would go all the way. She believes the team's success can largely be pinned on the leadership of quarterback Russell Wilson.
I knew at the beginning of the year, just from being around Russell last year, and it's like I knew we were going to go to the Super Bowl this year. I did the first time in 2005. I knew we were going to go to the Super Bowl. So everybody says, "Oh, I hope you're right. I hope you're right."
Margie said she and Phil will watch the Super Bowl game from their Seahawks green and blue home. She said tickets to the game this Sunday at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey were just too far out of reach.
Unfortunately, we didn't get drawn in the lottery. And Margie has a new motor in her Jeep, so she can't afford to go. I know our tickets, had we gotten drawn, they were around about $800 a piece.
She's been on the field with other fans, meeting players and their family members. Here's a selfie Margie took of her with star Seahawks cornerback Richard Sherman's mother, Beverly. Ephrata Postmaster Jeff Miller is 100% behind Margie's love of the Seahawks.
It's awesome. The community's around her. Everyone knows her as a Seahawks fan. It's great.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
We will be right back after this.
6 years ago, my dad began having issues with headaches, sore throats, and constant fatigue. He tried treating the problem with over-the-counter medications and lots of caffeine. Finally, he talked to his doctor who confirmed our suspicions. Dad had sleep apnea. He didn't like the idea of using a CPAP, but after trying it one night, he was convinced. We found everything he needs for a much better quality of life at In-Home Medical.
A massage at Not Release Therapies is far more than mere luxury. We strive to improve your health and well-being in the process. The stress of everyday life adds up and can cause depression, even bodily harm. That's why our professionals make it their mission to rejuvenate your body and mind. Enjoy the benefits of body wraps, sunless airbrush tanning, aroma steam therapy, and much more. In our opinion, everyone deserves a day of relaxation and peace of mind. Not Release Therapies in Moses Lake, where relaxation means good health.
Ephrata's Columbia Ridge Elementary School hosts its annual science fair on Friday. Judging of science projects takes place in the afternoon with an awards ceremony and open showing of the exhibits from 5:30 to 7 p.m. Science-themed games, microscopes, and a scavenger hunt are scheduled during the evening event. Quincy is holding 2 dog licensing fairs in February. The first fair starts at 10 a.m. on February 15th at Quincy Hardware and Lumber. The second is on February 20th and starts at 3 p.m. at Ace Hardware. People can get their dog licenses for $5 for spayed or neutered animals and $12 for non-altered animals registered with the American Kennel Club or United Kennel Club. People wanting to get a dog license must have proof the dog received its rabies vaccination. In Northwest news, a man in Washington is injured but alive after falling into a wood chipper. How did he survive it? Reporter Emily Sinovic has the story.
Every breath hurts.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling all right. I mean, not too bad. It's been a rough couple of days, but I'm doing good. I'm hanging in there.
It's an understatement if there ever was one.
It cut me pretty bad.
Frank knows Friday should have ended differently.
When do you first realize something's not right?
Honestly, when the machine cut back on.
You could hear the engine start up.
Yeah.
There was no escaping.
No, I was there. Actually going through the machine itself wasn't the worst part about it.
What was the worst part about it?
The not knowing what was gonna happen.
Did you think you were going to die?
There was a thought. It was more like something was telling me I wasn't gonna die that day. And there's a lot of, I felt I had a lot of angels out there with me that day.
So
There's a lot of people looking out for me.
He has the ink to prove it. Check out that tattoo on his chest.
Send me an angel if you can believe it.
Angels, a little luck. But what Frank doesn't like to dwell on?
I got 7 broken ribs up here, a collapsed lung.
Shattered bones, bruises, deep cuts, and all those surgeries ahead. But he's got hands to hold and a lot of confidence. He'll survive. It's what he does. Will you be 100% again?
I like to think so. But I'm stubborn like that.
Frank will be in the hospital a couple more weeks. His company is paying for his medical bills, and the state is now investigating. And that's going to do it for us here at iFIBER 1. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.